All right, y'all. So for this video, I'm on some low-key petty shit towards something like, every once in a while I drop a video that, of course, things may not always perform as the best videos on any particular channel, but sometimes I get kind of an unwarranted amount of criticism in the comment section, and that's okay. You're entitled to your opinion, but I'm also entitled to pull receipts. So some of y'all really thought it was such a far-fetched idea to think that Bricc Baby and Lil Durk are beefing while behind bars, and mind you, they're locked up in the same location. So we're just gonna visit that whole situation. There's a clip here where Adam came in and sat next to Flacco's ashy ass feet and just kind of explained his whole Bricc Baby situation and gave us an update that Luce Cannon and Lil Durk are allegedly even cellmates, or at least pod mates. So we're gonna check that out because this video where I'm dropping a screenshot of right here, I feel like deserves a little more love because I was kind of right. I was just speculating based off of the cryptic information that people were putting out, but I think I guessed kind of right that we don't know who Lil Durk necessarily allegedly may have sent to catch that Bricc Baby fade, but it would only make sense that Lil Durk would want Bricc Baby to face some type of disciplinary action for essentially hopping on a podcast and confirming some shit about his case. I'm just saying. So let's check it out.
So you,
I want to just clarify something.
yeah, man, you said a suspect started it.
I didn't say he started it.
Okay.
And you said I started with the personal attacks, which is false. He called me a white man. That's how it whole started.
That is crazy. Definitely not a white man. But, yo, I just want to clarify. All right, I just got off the phone with Bricc.
Okay.
Is my mic on?
Yeah.
All right. I just got off the phone with Bricc. Number one, he has not spoken to Sharp at all.
Man, Sharp, get the fuck out of here.
That makes a lot of sense.
So hearing that kind of made me like, oh, all right, maybe I kind of jumped the gun with the video and stuff, because I feel like I also took it as a little bit more of like a personal thing, that he said the thing about people with their feet kicked up on vacation or whatever, and we just had this whole conversation about it. We're still all good. And even his girl, I was talking to his girl, and she said that she didn't tell Sharp any of the shit that he was saying in that video. So, in that video, he's so certain. He's saying, I don't think, I know, etc. Yeah. She's saying she didn't feed him any of that information, and he's just basically being, himself and just being a snake trying to hype shit up. So that's number one. And number two, this is good. He told me that Luce has not had a fade the whole time he's been in there. He said he asked Luce for a fade at least 8 times, and that I don't want to use the phrase rolled it up because that's not something Bricc said, but he did say that Luce has been moved to a separate division, and he is now actually like with Durk.
What? Wait, Durk? Brick's with Durk or Luce?
You turn down the fade with Bricc, and you get to become OTF, I guess. No, I'm just kidding. Not, but like he just said that like there's different sections to the prison or whatever, and that basically like he got shipped off to
It sounds like an upgrade, right? Like you get to now
upgrade
kind of like
they put him in high power.
Bro,
it sounds like.
no, Luce Cannon's a very convincing guy, bro. Luce Cannon in Lil Durk's ear, the possibility is endless.
But yeah, they doubled down and confirmed that they were never cellies, that was always like a viral play by Luce to basically like get some attention.
This shit is weird, and there's about to be like I want to call it a compilation, but I got a nice little chunk of some moments of Bricc Baby snitching on Durk to, just reiterate the point later on in this video as to, why I think that Bricc Baby, if he didn't have to catch a fade with Lil Durk directly, he caught a fade with a Chicago henchman of sorts. And that's what they was reporting during this play that was ran. But, see, that's the thing. I got that from YBG, from Young Barry Gordy. I didn't get that from Luce Cannon's page about, I heard it was someone from Chicago. To my knowledge, and, I might have missed a couple YouTube videos on the topic as everyone was just flooding this topic and saying that Bricc was poked up and shit like that. But to my knowledge, YBG is the only YouTuber that said that Bricc caught a fade with some Chicago dudes in there. And I automatically not automatically, but as I was speculating through the video that I put the screenshot up of, go check that out when y'all get the time. Um, I ended up going down the road of, I feel like Bricc versus Lil Durk, that has to be at play here. And you know what? I'm gonna drop him in right now. This is why I say that. Check this out, then we'll get back to this clip.
Talk about Durk. Talk about the snitch stuff. Talk about something.
Durk, you want me to?
Yeah, I want to know.
I snitched on Durk because that inside me the OTM.
Come on,
listen, bro. Listen,
we got to plug the streets in.
I'm plugging them in. Like, you lined up somebody from your hood. Like, listen, I didn't do shit. But at the end of the day, what's wrong with giving my friend the address? Nigga, this my boy. He lost his boy. The niggas who did it could be around. Shit, 9 times out of 10, had he had asked me, shit, I probably would have been coking if he even asked anybody, if this is even true. But 9 times out of 10, nigga, like I said, can I leak a bar?
Sure.
I said, if he make the call right now, I dig his ass up and
right.
Do it.
That
again.
was a crazy one. For sure.
Like, you lined up. We charge a quarter for a pack of 100's not enough. And I said, the last nigga we turned the pack.
We got $1 million plus.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were taking that, or I guess not a lot of people, but Traplo Ross was taking it to mean that was basically you admitting to having had something to do with something that happened right before that.
Like, that
were you thinking
crazy.
about that in your head when you spit the lyric?
I had nothing. I wasn't even talking about that shit at all. But I was responding because on the internet, they were saying that I took 100,000 from Durk and I signed the OTF and I had to do a hit for it. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, man, we charge a quarter for a pack. Like, you can't pay me 100,000 to kill nobody. Like, I'm charging $1 million plus. You know how much it costs for a motherfucker to get out of jail after a murder? I'm really popping it. You get
Knowing
what I'm
everything
saying?
that I know about the world, 100,000 is definitely not enough to go kill somebody. Even though realistically, that's way more than most
man,
people
don't ever
get, right?
disrespect the Bricc. If you gave me $1 million, I'm gonna go get the man.
Oh yeah,
Sly for Vaughn, right?
Nobody.
Yeah.
They say you can't say that no more.
Why? Oh yeah, because of no. Like,
They
who died?
say you can't say that no more.
Oh, because of FVG Cash? Or who?
Nah, because Lil Pop.
Oh. What's that?
But I'm just saying, they just say you can't say that no more. That's the new term on, like, no more Sly for Vaughn.
Because of Lil Pop. Now, after that incident, though.
Oh, yeah.
Sly for Vaughn, right?
Yeah. Or whatever. And like,
they're running plays in jail is crazy.
Yo, exactly. Running clout plays in jail while you're fighting for your freedom is nuts. Crazy.
So Bricc said that he tried to catch Luce's fade several times and Luce.
1 second, Junkie Man. I have a intruding thought that I have to get off real quick. Just the optics of going from that supercut of, aside from the 607 Aunt clip, all Flacco and Adam22 conducted interrogations is kind of crazy. Now, you could argue that Bricc Baby was self-snitching on more than just Adam22's platform, but 607 Unc's platform is basically a platform that Bricc Baby just copy and pasted, no jumper shit. He's seen what equipment they use and basically, you know, has 607 Unc buy the correct equipment to get off his podcast. And apparently 607 Unc agreed to paying Bricc a percentage of the ad revenue and stuff every month. So yeah, I as that just naturally played out, I just have to point out that that's a little bit disturbing, going right from that to Freaky Fred with his funky Funyun toes out, and you know, Adam just doing diabolical things in that despicable building all day, while also assisting the you know what I mean, the people in locking up folks. But at the same time, like I said though, I kind of recant all my statements, man. It's hard to root for people that continuously shoot themselves in the foot. I'm not about to keep on betting on you winning the 100-meter dash. You know, if you're gonna keep on shooting yourself in the foot a week before the race, that's just not a good bet.
turned down the fade.
And keep in mind that Luce is, as far as I know, fully functioning, has full capabilities of his body. Bricc got shot in the neck, so he's definitely got at least some like nerve damage that makes it look like if anybody should be like turning down a fight, it should be Bricc because he's got fucking serious problems with his arms and shit. But according to Bricc, he requested this fade many times and that Luce was not going for it.
So we know, like I said off rip, I don't think they were ever cellmates, but they were in the same pod, right? Because
they were cool.
They were in the same pod, but I mean, I think maybe what makes sense is that all the celebrities, Lil Durk, Luce Cannon, maybe they want to put all them together. So it's obviously like there's a certain upper echelon there. Lil Durk, Luce, they're kind of on the same level.
Yeah, they're right there.
Right?
When I think of Luce Cannon, I think, you know, accolades.
Well, no, according to Bricc,
Durk and Days, Luce and Durk, nigga.
Luce and Durk.
According to Bricc, is he asked for the fade, but then he says that Luce Cannon made a lot of ruckus in the day room.
Called the scene is what they call it.
Yeah, and because he like calls a scene, you know, like trying to fight.
Through,
many such cases.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. If he was really trying to fight, then is it really like rolling up? If you really was trying to fight, and then you know they just say, "Yo, you caused the scene."
But you're not really trying to fight if you make it a big scene.
If you causing the scene, he tried to go live in the day room.
Not live. That's crazy.
That's what it's called, going live in the day room.
Oh, okay.
He tried to go live in the day room, and it didn't work apparently.
That's like if you want to beat my ass, right? And we at the same house party. You're not gonna walk if you don't just walk up to me and be like, "Hey, let's go outside real quick." If you're like, "Hey, there that fool is, he over there."
We've all seen this done.
You don't want to fight
on the streets, but in jail where there's like that much more scrutiny on you, it's gonna be even crazier.
Yo,
nah, for sure. If you're really trying to fight, you're not gonna do it out in the open in a jail environment. I've never been incarcerated, really in any capacity, but just even thinking back to like school day type fights and fights at the club and shit, there's a way to go outside where you can go outside on some smooth shit where both groups don't even go outside at the same time exactly. Or like if you can go get down in the bathroom in school, you know, like, hey, meet me in there in 5 minutes. I'll be waiting for you.
It needs to be like a prop bet on who's gonna tell. Now, I don't think Bricc or Luce is going to tell, but if I had to put money up on it,
you had a lot of dumbass
I probably invest a little,
probably
$1,000.
won't know.
Nah, he had a lot of dumbass ideas. That was smart.
Come on, right? Because, bro,
pull up a little poll, have niggas bet money. You
think about the return on that.
Prize at the end if something happened, a little pool.
Right? Because think about this, right?
You feel me? That's like a little gamble.
That's gambling. Is amazing idea.
Yeah, right? Because probably
like
what?
That.
Right? Because listen, right? Because look, if let's say this,
fans too, we got to incorporate the fans.
Mike, you got to make a graphic right now.
Facts.
$100,000 will again, right? And folks said, man, but they're not telling. And again, you bet your 1,000 and they bet 100,000 because probably the odds are like 1 to 100. Bro, you probably walk away with like $1 million, right? Right? Because bro, listen,
man, hold up. So Flacco really is out here like he trying to become the new Don King or something. No jumper about to start prison picks as they twist on prize picks.
There's this thing where people think that everybody on this case is gonna be solid. I'm saying
that's impossible.
That's impossible. Somebody gonna tell.
Yeah, these niggas not a biker gang.
But I thought that most of the people have already told.
No, I'm talking about just Bricc, Big U, Luce Cannon, and the Trap Kitchen chick, right?
Man, hold on. To hell with all the logistics. Almighty Suspect should probably actually calm down with cheerleading on this idea of somebody being not giddy to tell, but just being so ready to tell, because I'm not about to jump out the window and call him a snitch or none of that shit. I'm not about to dig up no paperwork. I don't care. I'm a civilian, tried and true. But when you have those rumors around your name, and every time somebody gets into an argument with you, Uncle Lush decided to pull up to No Jumper and call you the S word. Jaleese recently called you the S word. And you over here saying, they ain't no biker gang. And we know you already said you ain't following rules that somebody that was 13 years old made. You starting to sound a little bit like Snoopy Badass. I ain't gonna lie. And I rock with Snoopy's content. That shit is high quality, low tier entertainment. I know that sounds like a contradiction, but y'all know what I mean. That's that good mud. You got to get that's content fresh out the mud. It's dirty, it's grimy. That nigga is a whole character though. Suspect isn't entertaining like that, but this is low-key the same rhetoric that Snoopy Badass displays when it comes to that topic. But even then, at least Snoopy's alibi is kind of like better. Suspect just don't rock with nobody but himself. The S in Suspect stand for selfish. He all for I.
Right, but
The odds would show somebody's gonna.
Somebody tell him.
Technically, the only person that is even on her, like Brick's not even on that indictment. So
Yeah, sure, but Bricc. Okay, so they brought the case against Bricc. They are hoping they can flip Bricc.
for sure,
You feel me?
100%. That's what
Yeah,
Operation
so like
Drawdown
gotta group them
is.
together.
Yeah.
Now, hey, listen, man. Listen, I'll feel very comfortable putting up $5,000 that somebody is gonna flip. I don't know who,
For
but
sure.
but somebody gonna flip.
But I think the most important takeaway right now is W Bricc
Mm.
and W Bricc and Adam friendship thriving.
Yeah, I mean,
Because-
even when I made that video, like obviously I gave it a hyperbolic title and everything, but
Yeah.
like my point with that video was just to kind of add additional context for people because I feel like people were not understanding that there already was a certain amount of debt or whatever. But
Yeah.
that being said, I understand he's in a fucked up place. I actually just sent his girl a couple grand just to help ease this transition
Really?
and everything.
That's
yeah,
right.
just to
Wow.
be solid and everything. So either way, me and Bricc good. We're probably gonna talk more later today. But I
Did
gotta
you do it? Wait, did you do that because he sweet talked you and on the phone, or or like was a plan already to?
Well, I like
Give
getting
a
sweet
couple
talk by
thousand.
my baby Bricc, but then
Yeah,
also
yeah,
them clarifying the Sharp
Yes, sir.
situation, etc.
Yeah.
just kind of made it
But-
like, all right,
okay.
all right, I feel like I want to.
But the vacation stuff though, did he say, "Yo,
See,
that
look,
was
you
just
gotta
me
give
He
trying
said
to-"
that wasn't for me.
You got to give bro more
Oh,
benefit
he's
of the
sweet
doubt then. You got to give bro more benefit of the
Yeah.
doubt then because nigga heard Sharp say some random shit. But I get it though because I like I said before you walked in here, I feel like them niggas never stopped talking.
I hope he's not lying. He really didn't talk to Sharp. You feel me? hope
I
that's
said
not-
before.
All right, so if they're gonna sit up here and talk about Sharp for the next however many minutes, at least one of them could have watched Sharp's video. All you gotta do is, skip to the part where he's talking about Bricc Baby. I so happen to watch it. I haven't even finished the live stream yet that they're referring to, but I do know this. I do know that Sharp said he didn't talk to Bricc directly. He was calling to he called Brick's baby mama or his wife, whichever one she goes by. But he called her to make sure that everything's good, see if they need anything, that type of thing. Just being a solid nigga checking up on the family type thing. In his words, he was being a solid nigga, right? And while doing that, he was just asking about a couple of situations involving the whole Adam22 shit of him basically disowning Bricc publicly. And then he says that, Adam ain't give him his last check. Basically, he found out a bunch of information from the baby mama saying that Adam didn't pay out Brick's last check and he's moving weird and shit like that. But you know what? Don't take my word for it. We got the clip right here. So let's let that play.
Done it in a long time, but I feel like I got something to say. I don't always want to wait for the podcast. I don't always want Lush breathing down my neck, getting in the way of my topics. Shout out to Lush. But today, you already know what I'm going to talk about. Bricc Baby, I'm coming for you. So let me explain. I was in Turks and Caicos for approximately 1 week, and it came down the pipe while I was out there. Pause. That Bricc Baby had some choice words for the 22 stir, and today we're going to be reacting to those words. So let's get right into it. Okay, so if you didn't catch it, this is a thinly veiled shot at the 22 stir. I was on vacation. I did have my feet kicked up, but let's talk about Bricc Baby. And
That's cool, but why is that a shot? Nigga just saying, bro, niggas is in the feds. While your feet kicked up, there's some niggas that's feet that are kicked down. Like, what do you really got going on?
kind of odd if this is something that Bricc told Sharp and didn't tell me or anybody else from No Jumper. I mean, keep in mind, Bricc and Sharp have had a weird relationship over the years because when we
no, that's what I know.
So if this is true, this is the first and only source that I've heard from that has specified this in any way. Do I have concerns about Bricc Baby returning to the platform? Yes, obviously. That would be kind of interesting.
I just gotta
I
hear
would
this
wonder
again,
about the level
dog.
of heat that it would draw into the building. Obviously, things like the gun that they saw in his waistline that I didn't see and that I don't think the comments saw, but that was pointed out in his bail hearing that he had a strap on him. That kind of thing is the kind of thing that I would want to really be on point with. But the idea that the feds or the cops have told Bricc that he's no longer allowed to be on No Jumper, this is a sharp narrative as of this point. Like, I have absolutely no idea if this is a real thing or not. But
this is what this nigga baby mama told me. This ain't no drag, homie. She don't fuck with the internet. She's not one of them ones, bro. She's not like that to where like she goes and runs to it. No offense, like the Luce Cannon, nothing, but you see how like this chick, she's trying to play it all. She's not like that. She wasn't built for that, homie. Real talk. Man, that shit's crazy, dog. It's a sharp narrative. No, my nigga, this is what his baby mama told me. She said part of his stipulations, if this nigga does get out, he's not allowed to go on No Jumper. And why would he? Because all they're going to want to do is talk about the case, and he's not going to be allowed to talk about that being under, circumstances that are not everybody's problem. It's a little bit different. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dog? Like, what the fuck? A sharp narrative? Nigga, you don't even know where I got it from. I got it from a source. A real source. His baby mama. Crazy as hell.
it does seem kind of odd if this is something that Bricc told Sharp and didn't tell me.
He didn't tell me.
From No Jumper. I mean, keep in mind, Bricc and Sharp have had a weird relationship over the years because when we fell out with Sharp, Bricc talked hella shit about him on the platform and then basically continued to be friends with him to some extent, which I always thought was a little strange. But either way, I mean, to me, this is just a completely invented Sharp narrative as far as I know. It's kind of odd that he would know about this and I wouldn't know about this, but let's keep going.
To a lot of you dummies, because it went to prove because everybody was screaming, oh, they're going to be out on Wednesday. No, they're not. I knew it when it came to the bail hearing. I knew. Play like that. They're just giving them that. Now you got to appeal it. And then, to hear, when he was calling, Adam, he ain't answering, or whatever the case may be. He's calling people, and they not picking up. Now they're avoiding him. Why is that? Boy, why ain't you answering Bricc calls?
Another cap.
Okay, well, it really wasn't Bricc calling, it was his baby mama. And when his baby mama was hitting him up or sending texts and, just trying to get the last little residuals that he had sitting around, they went ghost on her. Nigga, this is facts, homie. They went ghost on her. She telling me like, hey, Sharp, I was just trying to, get the last little bit for him because, that's how they survived, man. Bricc was the breadwinner. This nigga is crazy, dog. Like, your narratives don't, like, this shit is insane.
Narrative. I have not been ducking any phone calls, and keep in mind that his baby mama has been in communication with me, talking to me, telling me what time Bricc was gonna call.
What you done sent her?
But every time that I got on the phone with Bricc, it's been like 2 or 3 minutes of conversation, and then it gets kicked off because I guess he's only allowed to be on the phone for 10 minutes at a time. Never at any point until I was in Turks and Caicos, like right before that other video clip came out, did Bricc even utter something that mentioned or inferred that he thought that he should be getting in any way some money from us. So to me, I'm gonna be real with you, I just feel like this is some hoe ass shit. No offense, Bricc, I don't really want to use the hoe word when it comes to you or anything, but how are you gonna be out here communicating shit like this to Sharp and not having the nuts to say it to me. And in addition, so if this is true,
he didn't communicate it to me. Like I said, I talked to his baby mama. I just felt like, and when I spoke up on it, it was never in no type of fucked up, malicious way. I just said, hey, nigga, at least get a nigga the last little piece of his salary. He got a family to feed, dog. You don't really be thinking about niggas' families, homie, or what they got going on. You just use us. You really do, dog. You really just use us. You don't think about we got sons, daughters, uncles, aunties, cousins, brothers, sisters. You don't give a fuck, nigga, because don't nobody move past what you got going on. You ain't one time mentioned this man's daughter. You don't know what the fuck he had going on, homie. Boy, you crazy as hell.
I came here, I was like, yeah, I was under the
imagine that, right? Like Sharp shows the.
I don't know about jail.
You know that like Sharp could get one tiny, like he's such a desperate person that has nothing going on in his life. He doesn't know what love is. He doesn't know what friendship is. He doesn't know what it is to have a real relationship with somebody. So he's on the phone with Brick's girl. Keep in mind, this might be the first woman who had a conversation with him in months because.
Hold on. The guy that literally held a dating show for the woman he's currently married to said that somebody doesn't know what love is, what a real relationship is like. This is projecting, y'all. CUCK22 is projecting right now. He's trying to talk about Sharp like Sharp is like him. Adam, you're damn near a one of one as far as celebrities that we know let their wife get cracked by other men, and to take it a step further, you let it be broadcast for the world to see. You're a one of one CUCK. You don't have the right to comment on anybody's love life, considering what despicable creature you're married to. You're both disgusting, and even saying that you guys are married is actually it's an abomination. Marriage is a holy union. It's holy matrimony. There's nothing holy about your marriage. So the fact that y'all wear wedding rings and all this shit, that's crazy in itself. That's crazy in itself. But we're going to get back into this.
Sharp is down bad.
Yeah.
And you know,
Struggling.
he's getting all jazzed up. Yeah, it's the homie's girl, but he's feeling himself like, damn, a bitch talked to me today, church. I'm feeling pretty big. I'm feeling cool. And so I feel like that, like,
It's the homie's wife.
he just run. Yeah, he don't even care. He just run. He ain't even trying to fuck her. He just, a little bit of attention.
She got a pussy,
Girl, this
church.
feels so good. I don't know. I got to dip though, but I appreciate you guys. And
I talked to Sharp last night on Clubhouse. You feel me?
he a
That's
dirty
right.
bitch. All right.
That nigga on Clubhouse now.
Salute.
Nah, man.
That nigga in the pits of hell.
Nah, man.
That nigga on Clubhouse.
but
now.
though-
It's getting bad.
It's getting bad.
It's getting bad.
That nigga in
But though-
Clubhouse
He's gonna start a
now.
room called The Church.
I'm fucking
I did
crying.
apologize to Sharp because Sharp was mad that I said that he's my nigga and I fuck with him, but when I told him that I'll call him back, I didn't, and it's been 5 months. Which, I agree, right? If I tell you, I'm gonna call you back and you my nigga and I fuck with you, and I don't call
But
you
we
back in 5
grown,
months.
we got motion, we got things
But 5
going
months
on,
is
bro.
kind of
But
excessive.
nah, fool, we got shit going on.
5 months is a
What the
little
fuck he's sitting,
excessive though, man.
waiting
I got
by the
homies I don't talk to.
Yeah.
That's really my niggas.
Nowadays, I see my partners a few times a year if I'm lucky, bro.
Right, shut up. We're about to wrap this one up. But I have to point out one last thing before we do. Almighty Suspect did a good job at not taking the Adam bait at first when Adam was trying to crack on Sharp's alleged love life. Where Almighty messes up, though, is he's in no position to talk about anybody's content creation game, and definitely not putting words on people saying you're in the pits of hell, you're in the trenches with the content. Maybe you need to borrow some of Sharp's content creation methods, because when we look at your YouTube page that you haven't touched in a month or more, and the last 2 videos from a month or more ago are at about 500 views, and you're on No Jumper once to twice a week, yeah, that's all bad. And Lush hasn't learned his lesson. He's beefing with Rich Trapper because he keeps on trying to side bus and accidentally take on other people's beefs. Just shut up sometimes, Lush. You don't have to talk every time just because you're on a podcast. If something's going to get you into a beef that you're not actually trying to handle, maybe just shut up on that topic like Flacco did. He said nothing. How is Flacco the smartest nigga in the room? It's one of those cases where, like, Flacco is probably not even that smart. He's actually admitted to being an average IQ person. It's just he's surrounded by idiots at No Jumper every day, so he appears to be decently smart. But anyways, take a look at Lush and Suspect's channel stats. I'm not going to social blade it. Y'all can do that if you want. But let's just look at the sub count. Let's look at the view counts on the videos, on the most recent videos, and let's have us a good little laugh real quick, because and only because they brought up someone else's channel. They're in no position to talk shit about somebody else's channel. That's all I got to say about that. Because look at this bullshit. This is who's giving out YouTube critiques and and advice? I don't think so. Y'all haven't proven the concept. Sharp has a YouTube plaque. And on the topic of YouTube plaques, we have still yet to see one of Flacco's YouTube plaques. If I'm not mistaken, he should have 2 right now. So we still need to see that proof, Big Mama. But it's all right, Jalo. We're not gonna be too tough on you today, you big bison back, nasty, funky bitch. We're not gonna be too tough on you today, because right now the focus is still on those 2 clowns on the left of the camera right there. But yeah, let's check out these channels. Or we already did. I'm gonna put it right here. Already flashed on the screen. But yeah. So there's really no other clips worth covering from this episode. That was the best part. Once Adam left, it became some more unwatchable podcasting. Something's got to change. These people got to get fired. Or whatever. Shake it up. Shake it up. You don't even got to all the way fire Suspect. He'll desperately come in to do the music critiques. But even then, I think having somebody who's actually successful in music like Ralphie the Plug, and his music video person's fire. Evil's dope. So that's somebody who can give valid critiques on the music videos and what direction an artist should go with their visuals and how to present themselves and stuff like that. Suspect don't know how to present himself. His videos will say 4K, but will be clearly shot in 720p and bounced out of the software in 4K. And every shot's out of focus, or the shutter speed was too slow. Like, I ain't rocking with nothing bro got going on, to be honest. And to be popping your gum so much about how successful you are, yet your YouTube channel is it's tumbleweeds over there. It's dry. It's as dry as that wrist ever since that watch blew up, my boy. But I appreciate all y'all for watching. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. You know the rules. Y'all to me is gonna be in the comments, reminding y'all of what to do if you are relatively new. And have a good weekend, y'all. Peace.
He thought he was in control. How wrong he was.